Welcome back. You are still watching Morning Live. Let's now take a final look at your sport news for today. Now, Coach Jenny van Dyk has been given a 4-year contract and will lead the Proteas to the 2027 Netball World Cup in Australia. Now, amongst other tournaments, and she will be assisted by the former Proteas Captain and Maties coach Zanele Mdodana. Coach Jenny joins us now via Zoom this morning to talk about her new challenges that she'll be facing as the head captain, as the coach rather, and what expectation she has for the team. Good morning, Jenny. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports on Morning Live.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
Jenny, firstly, congratulations to you on your appointment as the head coach of the SPAR Proteas. Secondly, the question I want to ask you first is, when we look at those 30 contracted players that Netball South Africa is going to be giving contracts, have you had to think about who those players are going to be, because we know the tasks that you have that lie ahead of you?
Yes, first up, I think it's only 15 contracted players. So in the squad of 30, only 15 will get contracts at the end of the day. Yes, we've had a good look at them earlier this season when we had our training camp with all the selectors and the head coaches there a while back, end of January. But definitely that's something, one of the first tasks me and Zanele will be looking into, to make sure that we have a very good look at that. We have the core of the group, I think, we have sorted. It's just the 1 or 2 additional members that we need to discuss.
You speak about the core of the group, and one of the things that you're having to deal with now as the incoming coach is the fact that you've had some key and experienced players retiring from netball, moving away from the sport. You've got a Zanele that will no longer be part of the team, a Bongi who for the longest time was the captain of the team. How are you looking at dealing with that and possibly looking at replacements for these players who are so key to this Proteas side?
Yes, it's sad for us for them to leave, but we, when I went to with the South Africans on the Australian tour, we had a good look at all the youngsters, and the one thing that I noticed there was that they were starting to step into that role, and the seniors was busy handing over to them, and they were guiding them and they were mentoring them. And I think Bongi and Pumza just got that feeling that it's time, because they could see that the players around them was making that step up and they were ready to get into that position. So yes, they will definitely be missed. We will give them a little break, but then they'll have to come back as mentor coaches and mentor players to assist those players. Obviously, we need to fast track the new young ones, and we need to make sure that they can perform for us as quick as possible.
And you speak about the young ones, Jenny. You've worked with the under-21s before. Let's talk about how much depth you think we have when we look at the younger ones that you speak of now, and how likely it is for us to see them getting promoted into the senior team.
Yes, the African qualifiers is around the corner. They will start next weekend. And I've been a part of that process. And, we will definitely have a very good look at those players coming in. And at the end of the day, it's still open. It's performance-based. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we have the best players on the circuit there. In saying that, it's not an easy task to achieve. I've been with them on tour in Australia. I know the quality of players we already have in that squad. So by all means, not an easy task for any young player to just step into that position.
And you speak about stepping into that position, but we all know that we look at sports, and being an athlete is all about results. How long do you think it's going to take you, given your mandate that you've been given by Netball South Africa, to put together your team that you think will be able to compete at the highest level? Because we know that later on this year, you'll be going up against Jamaica. Let's talk about that and looking ahead to this Jamaican squad who we've seen grow in leaps and bounds in the past couple of years.
Well, here's the thing. I don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Norma has done such a great job in setting up all the structures and systems, and everything is running has been running smoothly behind the scenes. And that's the one thing that I noticed on my trip with them overseas. And yes, there's already a squad that has been worked with. So we talk about youngsters, but maybe just because of the amount of caps they have behind their name, they have been working with the squad for quite a while, and they are ready to step into those positions. In saying that, we want to make sure that we set them up to succeed going forward. And I don't think it will take that much time, even with the previous selection camp. All the coaches and selectors that were there that weekend on the majority of the players, there was a 4 out of 4 vote. So the core has been kind of set out for us in the back of our minds. Obviously, like I said, we need to get that selected as quickly as possible, but we don't want to rush into it too much. We need to make sure that it is in line with what we want for the team going forward.
Well, Jenny, congratulations once again on your appointment. We look forward to having you in studio one of these days, possibly after those African qualifiers, so we can look forward to what Coach Jenny as well as Zanele Mdodana will do with the Proteas.
Thank you very much.
All right, that is Coach Jenny van Dyk. She is now the head coach of the SPAR Proteas and will be the lady that will be leading the team to the 2027 Netball World Cup. Let's take a quick ad break. Morning Live back shortly.